Hey, Justin here again. So, got another little box arrived with goodies from the orchid world, from Orchid Garden in Poland this time. It's a lovely spring day, Easter weekend coming up, and I've got a little box here with some goodies in it. It's got a heat pack in it, that's nice. Probably wasn't really necessary, but let's take a look and see what's inside. Alright, well, the first one we've got here is Aerides flabellata, or Vanda flabellata. Let's get the label so you can see that. There it is. Pretty good size plant. Right, well, the sirens have finished now, so we can continue. The next one is Cattleya. This one is Amber Queen, and this one actually came with the flower, which fell off in transit, unfortunately, but you can see it's a very pretty flower. Lovely colours in the lip of that one. It's a primary hybrid. Well, I've forgotten what it is. We'll look that up. And then the rest are all little seedlings. So we can take a look at them one by one. It's a little Platystele misera, the miserable Platystele. Very cute little pleurotalid. So yeah, I killed a lot of pleurotalids in the past, but trying to give them another try now. So see how it goes. And this one, Ascocentrum miniatum. Well, it's a very small little plant, that one, but cheap and cheerful, I guess. So yeah, nice. Next up is Paphiopedilum Fumi's Delight. Pretty good size plant, near flowering size, I guess. Hopefully flower in the next 12 months. I've got a little no ID Cattleya here, so I'll put that aside for a sec. Laelia purpurata sanguinea, Rheinblood. Beautiful colour variation of Laelia purpurata. So building up a collection of purpuratas once more. So that's the third one. This one is Vantui Pink. This is a semi-terete Vanda with, I think it's got some papilionanthe in it. Flowers look very nice on the photo, but I guess it will be quite some years before that one will get to flowering size. And here we have Cattleya leopoldii, semi-alba. Leopoldii is also known as tigrina. Nobody can seem to decide which one it is, so you get both names. And the semi-alba one is a really nice colour form. I've already got the standard colour form, but yeah, when you get the chance to get the semi-albas, you really have to jump at it, because the chance might not come around that often. And here this looks like another little Paph. So we've got a little Paph and a little Cattleya that don't have a label. So let's have a look at the packing list. One of them is Sophronitis coccinea, so I guess that will be this one. It's a little bit cooler growing than most Cattleyas. Very beautiful. Recommended to grow in sphagnum moss, which can be a challenge, or at least that's the way a lot of people grow it. What's this last one? Oh, Paphiopedilum Shireen. Yeah, I have to try to remember what that was. I'll have to look it up. It's, yeah, that's well, depending what it is, it might be a seedling or it might be flowering size, so I'll look that up and we'll get back to it. Right, so I looked them up, and Cattleya Amber Queen is luteola by Mossier. So luteola is the explanation for the beautiful lip. It's characteristic, I think reminiscent at least of luteola. And the other one, Paphiopedilum Shireen, this is Philippinensis by Glaucophyllum. So this is a little seedling, some years away from flowering size, I guess. Yeah, so that's it for this time. And let's have a look what else is going on in the greenhouse. Before we go out to the greenhouse, I just wanted to show my Phragmipedium Dick Clements. So this is a hybrid with obviously with Bessier in it. Beautiful blood red colours in the flower there, and you can see it's multifloral. It's opening up the second one now, so be interested to see how many flowers it can open at the same time. One of the things that I really prefer is when the multiflorals open all of their flowers at once. I'd rather have that than something that's flowering all year long, one flower at a time. That's just a personal preference, I guess. I know some people like that, but I prefer something that puts on a big show and then disappears for another year. That's how I like it. But yeah, this is really nice, beautifully grown plant from, where was this from? Let's have a look. Wichmann, Ascocentrum Wichmann. So I've had this for, yeah, not for that long, since last August. So yeah, it just continued to grow and looking very nice. Beautiful, beautiful flowers, and I think this is one of the easier to grow ones probably, so that's probably why flowering for me, because I'm not really that great with Phragmipediums traditionally. I have a little bit of difficulty with giving them enough water, or giving them the right amount of water, I'd say, and the right water and the right amount of fertilizer. But I think once you get the culture down, they're probably pretty easy. A lot of people say they're easy. So hopefully, I'm hoping that this one's going to teach me, and then I can apply it to others of the same genre. Alright, so we've got the little Masdevallias outside soaking up the spring weather, and 3 of them are in bud. This one is Viciana. It's got a little bud there, you can see it, just coming out. It's also got some new leaves growing. This is my Colossus, Masdevallia Colossus. This one has also got a flower bud on it there. Would be the first flowering for a couple of years. It's grown really well, so look forward to that. And this one, Masdevallia Ignea, also has a nice bud on it, some new growths. I've tried a lot of Masdevallias in the past, but this Colossus was the only one which long term I was able to survive. But I'm trying again with the Masdevallias and pluricalids. Going to give them another try. See how it goes. See if I can't figure it out this time. Do a little bit better. My culture has changed quite a bit from last time when I tried them. So yeah, let's see how we go. Right, so here we are finally in the greenhouse. Got a Gongora here which has put a nice spike out. It's got about 10 flowers on it. So yeah, that should be nice when that opens up. Sort of a deep chestnut pattern on them. Quite easy to grow, I find them, these Gongoras. Like to be kept wet, and this one again, it's a plant which has withstood the test of time. I've had it for quite some years, and so if it can survive my culture, then I guess it's a tough plant. It's still alive and still kicking. And the other one which I've got in bud at the moment is this Coelogene chloroptera, the green flowers. This has also had this for quite a few years, and it's doing better. You can see the bulb from last year was bigger than the years before, and has put out 2 growths for the first time. They both look like they're going to survive, and at least one of them has a nice inflorescence coming along. Of course, all the Cattleyas are all coming into their growing season now, or a lot of them at least. We'll just take maybe a look at a couple just to see some noteworthy behavior. This one is a hybrid of tenebrosa with, well, it's difficult to do with one hand, granulosa by tenebrosa. But I just think it's quite fascinating, the roots on this one. It doesn't look like it really wants to be kept in a pot. It wants to really spread its roots out. Funny to see that. But a lot of them are, this one does not actually have a growth on it at the moment. Oh, and here's my little Dinard Blue Heaven. I know a lot of people growing or trying to grow this one. It's got a little growth on it there, so that appears to be doing well. What else have we got? Oh, there goes the light. I don't, not giving much light at the moment, less and less. It's not really necessary this time of the year. But yeah, you can see a lot of root growth all over the place. Look at this one here. It's also, this is Triani, Sangredatura. That's quite a well-known clone. Rubra, the deep pink, quite a vigorous plant, and that's growing well. And here we have a labiata, also good roots. Did it have growth on it? Not yet. Oh yes, just starting to come into growth there. You can see that. But almost all of them have got growths on them now, or will have shortly, so they all appear to be. Right, so got a couple of new little Cattleya purpurata seedlings here in the last couple of hauls. Laelia purpurata workhauserii striata and Laelia purpurata sanguinea Rheinblood, just tiny little seedlings. And I already had one Cattleya, really, purpurata, coccinea. Had that for many years, and for years I couldn't get the culture right on it. I just couldn't figure it out. It was going backwards, or it would just push out new growth the same size as the previous years. So you can see that. And then I made some changes, and this leaf is the result. So that's why I feel confident to now be buying some more seedlings of Cattleya purpurata. And the cultural requirements for this species are a little bit tricky if you're living in Northern Europe, at least, because they do like a lot of light in winter, like all Cattleyas, but I think also a little bit warmer temperatures. Standard household temperatures are fine. So if you can get the combination of household temperatures and good light, and the other thing that's very important is to dry out rapidly. At least that's what I've experienced. And once I put it into this net pot, which does dry out very rapidly, and the watering technique that I've developed is to just let it stand in a little puddle of water, and the roots go green and they soak up the water. They like being sort of inundated in a little puddle, and that puddle dries up overnight. And I've seen photos of Cattleya purpurata in situ in Brazil, on an island there, and they do grow lithophytically and epiphytically, but most of them were growing lithophytically in the photo that I saw, and they were just swarming all over the place. Those islands off the coast of Rio are very wet. They have a lot of rainfall. There is some seasonal variation, I believe, but they do get moisture all year round. So I do continue to water it during winter, but less frequently, letting it dry out a bit more in between waterings and keeping it in the house. The greenhouse I keep a little bit cooler in winter, so I bring this one into the house. And yeah, so this is the leaf. They do grow during winter, in my experience anyway. They're putting out their new leaves over winter, which is another thing which makes it a bit more challenging to grow here, because it's growing at the time when we don't have warm temperatures. But yeah, I'm quite encouraged by this new leaf. You can see it's much bigger than the last leaf. It's probably 4 times, maybe even more, 6 times the size of the old one. So yeah, I think it's finally going in the right direction, and I'm going to give them another crack, because I've killed a couple of them in the past. But yeah, with the things that I've learnt, then I feel confident to give them another go.